Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, September 18th, 2019, and I'm Sarah Hayner. English Language Week, Stephenville resident faces felony charges, and more coming up next on Texan TV. In campus news, on Monday, Texan celebrated Hispanic Heritage Month, which is from September 15th to October 15th. On Monday, the Office of Diversity, Inclusion, and International Programs and the Tarleton Activity Board had an event called Ballet Folklorico. The Ballet Folklorico dancers came from the University of Rio Grande Valley. Their team consists of 32 members with diverse backgrounds. They have competed on many different levels, including state, national, and have traveled internationally to perform. For more info on these events, you can check the Tarleton calendar. In other campus news, the English department is hosting the 4th annual English and Languages Week. They have daily events where they discuss the importance of language while promoting the versatility of language degree.
1 in 10 books in the world is published in German because they're great readers. So you want to study literature, you want to study books?
Studying another language really forced me to examine my own language and to think about the constructions and the verbs.
You realize that in your accent and in your language, there is your history, there's your heritage, not only of your parents, but your grandparents, and on and on. And that really resonated with me because he helped me question and understand that part of my identity.
The events continue through Friday in OA Grant Room 118 from 2 to 3 p.m. In local news, according to the Stephenville Empire Tribune, Stephenville resident Brandon Lee faces first-degree felony charges for allegedly committing the crime of aggravated sexual assault against a child. He was arrested on Saturday at the Erath County Jail, where he turned himself in to the authorities. Stephenville Police Chief Jason King said the victim was younger than 14 when the allegations occurred. King did not give details about the arrest due to the ongoing investigation. After posting a $50,000 bond, Lee had been released from the Erath County Jail. In other local news, a Voice for Habitat 2019 singing competition is coming to Stephenville for the first time. The contest will be held at Twisted J on Friday, October 4th. The Erath County Habitat for Humanity has narrowed down the competition to 12 contestants. They will be competing for a prize of $1,000 and their song professionally recorded by Melody Mountain Studios. Tickets will be sold online at www.erathcountyhabitatforhumanity.org or on their Facebook page, A Voice for Habitat. According to the Flash today, Kent Howell is running for sheriff of Erath County in 2020. Howell served on the Erath County Fire Department for 14 years as a volunteer and worked for the county for nearly 13 years. He said in a written statement on Facebook page, September 12th, that serving as Erath County Sheriff has always been his professional goal. The current sheriff, Matt Coates, has not announced whether he intends to run for re-election. And now your state, national, and international news reported from the Associated Press. In state news, a Texas teenager has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for recruiting fighters on behalf of a Pakistan-based terrorist organization. 18-year-old Michael Kyle Sewell was sentenced Monday in federal court in Fort Worth after pleading guilty in May to a charge of conspiring to provide material support to a foreign terrorist organization. Prosecutors say Sewell had posted numerous online messages threatening to attack people who he believed opposed his radical beliefs. In other state news, Patrick Pleasant was arrested in Austin, Texas for making threats to kill all of the students at his stepson's Arkansas high school, causing the school to lock down on Thursday. The 36-year-old emailed the school's principal and told him he was going to kill all of the kids in the school. This was the second threat Pleasant had made. Pleasant was in Austin, Texas when he made the threat, 500 miles away from Jacksonville. In national news, in downtown Los Angeles, several shops are openly selling packaging and hardware to produce counterfeit marijuana vapes. Bootleggers are mimicking popular legal vape brand products. They are spiking them with dangerous synthetic marijuana to profit off of unsuspecting consumers. The untested cannabis oil is infecting California's cannabis market. This has been raised awareness in many major legal vape brand companies. They are now forced to implement product security and package redesigning. In other national news, a worker who herded people out before an explosion is being called a hero. In Farmington, Maine, a maintenance manager was credited with saving lives by evacuating a building before an explosion that gravely injured him. Larry Lord emptied the building of at least a dozen or so employees when the odor of propane gas was detected just minutes before the powerful blast destroyed the building and killed a firefighter. Without his quick actions, I think it would have been a much more horrific tragedy, Peck told reporters. In international news, women in southern Nigeria marched in the streets on Wednesday to protest the deaths of several women in hotel rooms by what appears to be a serial killer. The women chanted that the killer must be found while dressed in black for mourning. 8 women have been strangled in hotel rooms in Rivers states in the past 2 months, police spokesman Nahamni Amini said. He said some suspects had been arrested, but a manhunt continues to identify the main culprit. Women are angry that police might not be taking investigations seriously and are labeling all victims prostitutes just because the killings took place in hotel rooms. Also in international news, Quranic school outside of Libya's capital has caught on fire and killed at least 27 people, mostly children, on Wednesday, police said. Around midnight, the fire hit the school building where students slept about 7 miles from it, Officer Moses Carter said. Only 2 students and the imam escaped, and the cause of the fire is under investigation. Hundreds of people showed grief as bodies were taken away. Way is set to visit the victims' funerals before the mosque burial later in the day. For more national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. Israel's national elections have left Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and challenger Benny Gantz deadlocked. Neither candidate have enough seats in parliament for a majority, and one of them will have to form a coalition government. Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen have claimed responsibility for an attack on a Saudi Arabian oil facility. The United States has accused Iran of carrying out the attack and is organizing other nations to protect the area's waterways. Tropical storm Imelda could dump 18 inches of rain in southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana. Houston authorities say that could cause heavy flooding in the city. And police say a car smashed through the front lobby of the Trump Plaza in New Rochelle, New York. Authorities tell WABC television that the crash appeared to be an accident, one that injured the driver and 2 pedestrians. Matt Small, the Associated Press with AP News Minute.
For sports news, we turn to Sam Tucker.
Last Saturday, Tarleton played Doane University in their home opener. The stands were packed with screaming fans as the Texans took the field for their 1,000th game. Now, to the highlights.
Ben Holmes in the shotgun, takes the ball, hands off Khalil Banks. Khalil Banks out to the right. He's at the 40. He's got Zamari Manning in front of him. He's at the other 40, the 30, the 20. He's at the 10, the 5. It's a Texan touchdown. Ben Holmes in the shotgun here. He's got Khalil Banks offset to his right. Fakes the handoff. It's a play action. He's looking right. He throws the ball. He's got a receiver in the end zone. It's Zamari Manning. That's a Texan touchdown. Here we go with our defensive highlight. It's 3rd and 17. They got the ball at the half-yard line, and it gets blown up in the backfield. That's a safety. These highlights were provided by Tarleton Sports Network.
The Texans are now number 4 in the country, their highest ranking ever. This Saturday, the Tarleton Texans play West Texas A&M University. The Texans look to win their 3rd straight in the series, as well as send a message to the rest of the Lone Star Conference that they are still one of the best teams in the nation.
This morning, Tarleton's president, James Hurley, joined his students for Coffee with John at Alumni Island. Hurley says it is important to spend time getting to know the Tarleton family.
To bring folks together just to have a conversation around how their day's going, future aspirations, and just to get to know each other. I mean, one of the things that Kendall and I and our family, we were so drawn to this institution because we are family. And this is a family, meaning we, Tarleton. And so Tarleton's a special place, and we need to cultivate that family atmosphere. So,
if you are interested in going to Coffee with John in the future, they will be held the 3rd Wednesday of the month from 9:30 to 10:15 a.m. For weather, we turn to Michael Jones.
Sunshine is in our forecast today. Right now it is 86 degrees and the high for today is 92 degrees, but it's going to feel like 96 degrees. Later this evening it is cooling down with a low of 69 degrees and feeling even cooler. We'll be experiencing winds of 5 to 10 miles per hour throughout the day, and the humidity is high at 68%. Enjoy the cool weather in this evening and have a great day, Texans.
This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of Texan News Service, from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us live on Facebook and Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms. If you live off campus, tune in to Northland Cable Channel 9. You can follow Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, or check out our website at texannews.net for more of the latest news. This newscast was produced by the Texan TV staff. Thank you for tuning in, and have a wonderful day, Texans.